Hello Leo, this is Caro. Thank you so much for tuning in. Singles Love Tarot reading for 2020 and this is for Leo singles. We are going to explore it in 3 sections. So we have the first spread, the second and the third spread, which is going to explore different units of your love life. So it's gonna start with a retrospection, your dating history, where you have been, what you think you want, what you really need. We're gonna do a reality check, advice. We will have some behavioral patterns around love, what areas needs further growth, and what needs to be liberated within yourself. Some oracle deck assistance we will get, and we're gonna see what is manifesting for you, what kind of a person manifesting for you for 2020. And we're gonna see this from a perspective of their energy, their vocation, best characteristics, flaws, emotional connection, maybe some physical features, and also your first impressions, their first impressions about you, some long-term potential suggestions we will be making. This is a reading which is definitely not a quick fix. It really aims to give you something. So when people come to me for private readings, I also offer this reading for singles. So this is the spread that I am performing for single people, because rather than reading it like an instant gratification, I try to come from a very source point, and I'm trying to take it to the utmost point. So as you see your relationship patterns and how do they repeat or not, you can also see yourself if you are breaking a cycle and what needs to be worked on. So my readings always have a both mundane and spiritual perspective as well at that manner. So letting you know, and if you would like to have this reading as a private reading option, you can check the description box below. For the channel, for a general insight, this is gonna reveal some patterns for sure for Leo consciousness. It is a general reading. It is not going to resonate with everyone. That's why check your other astrological placements, such as your moon, Venus, rising also it can be. But let's start now from the dating history. Now this is like a retrospection. So I will try to also see in different spreads what cards are repeating. So is there a particular message being stressed out? Okay, this is really a comprehensive one, and who is really thinking serious with tarot and its practice. So your dating history, where you have been. The first card is about who you were. This is going to represent your partner and the relationship you were in. Wow. A relationship every time getting delays and setbacks and suspensions. People hard time seeing direction. I see here you were like a contributor to be in the service of your relationship with the 8 of Pentacles. But the handicap, maybe your handicap was physical or material imbalance. It can be maybe there was this paralyzing times around I don't know, the values, the money, and it's like there was something inevitable in the end, and you were trying to have a foresight. Maybe you have worked for it, you try to bring a solution. There has been a lot of interactions, I feel. You try to balance out maybe I don't know, but there can be also some family misunderstandings, people who couldn't find their rightful places in a physical place, and maybe you worked for all these, for people to find their right places in these connections, but the Tower person here is really full of surprise. There is something very unpredictable coming from them, and every time you try to keep a track some unexpected happening, developments coming from their mood, feelings, behaviors, or their general lifestyle. So it has always like putting an obstacle, making the relationship like to be hanged. So then there was not so much progress. However, I see you value the stability, and also there is a kind of a prosperity you show endeavor maybe for this relationship. You wanted to reach a kind of a harmonious realization, but the realization like couldn't come. So the imbalances and the unpredictable tower, of course, maybe the person, by the way, have some problem with anger management, it can be. And as this is the consciousness and the mind, a person who is getting into depression too often, it can be. In that rupture process, in that the shocking elements maybe, but in every opening there was like a thought maybe come out from them which was imprisoned, and it may have also shocked you, like made you upside down. So I see here people are hangman here in the relationship part. In the hangman, people are a bit absent in their relationships. They are like physically present there, but hangman is a bit absent relationships where the relationship is literally hanged, and people are the participants if they want to. So because hangman's relationships do not force actually any control. So then you were asking in the end, maybe where is my relationship then? So here, well, okay, so Leo, we are of course accepting that you are single now and this relationship is over. It seems it had also produced some lessons for you. And it's like you want something so much, for instance, with the person, or they want something so much, but hangman relationship is like after some time people like stopped to want something so much. So they maybe gave other attention to other life areas. Maybe there was a lot of sacrifice in this connection. So there were sacrifices for fulfillment, if it is gonna fulfill anything, but maybe it didn't. So something always like emptied, okay, emptied. The efforts you put, this is a reverse Eight of Pentacles, emptied. So people couldn't, in the end, despite the efforts maybe, couldn't make the necessary life changes. So, and when people see their relationship into new light, maybe it was come to a closure for people there. So I don't think that people at some point didn't give attention to their relationship, but rather to their individual lives, I do feel. But yeah, the relationship, I think spiritually, and from also the consciousness perspective, it has, I think, produced some results. So now I'm gonna see if the cards also repeating, okay? So if we're gonna find the towers and hangmans in the other spreads, I also feel, by the way, there is this person's very open acknowledgements, but there is also the silence in the relation. Excuse me. There is also the silence in the relationship. So people, like, I mean, how to say, there is this burst of emotions time to time happening, and it's like people like by time internalizing it, and finally it is like coming to suspension, couldn't progress. But let's see what you want. Now we are going to see what you want. In this section we're gonna see what you need here, and we will make a reality check, and then we will see what is really working for you. So yeah, continuing from this spread, so who you want to be. You want to be Seven of Pentacles. You want them to be a Temperance, yes. You say actually, calm down. You are like, you want a person, you know, you say chill a bit. Let's chill a bit. Temperance. And I think there was some excessive tendency, some kind of a craziness, good bad craziness in your previous person, but you now a bit, you know, calm down energy, and you wanna connect with this person on the soul level, on the spiritual level. I think you have lately gained some new practical things to your life, and you want someone like to balance you. You know that the road ahead has to be constructed. It's like you are Eight of Pentacles here, but you want to go back to Seven. Like you have to do something through this relationship. You need to start to work on some kind of a self-mastery. It's like you want actually your relationship to reflect back, like becoming a mirror to you. You want to go back to a point where actually maybe it's like you're given like a second chance. What would you do? But I see here you wanna like be careful about stepping into something. Again, a fixed energy with the Seven of Pentacles. The other person also a balancing act. But let's see the relationship you say you are looking for. Six of Swords. Oh, you want this harmonious exchange with the person. Intellectually, there has to be compatibility. Through this relationship, you think people need to love like what they think and what they say, want to share it with the other. This has to be like their individual thoughts. So the mind, positive minds, and it's like great minds fit, great minds think alike kind of energy I see from the Six of Swords. So people are not like prisoned or becoming trapped into some kind of a solitude because of their perspectives, but rather this is an enriching experience rather. And also I see here again in the Six of Swords there is an act of internalization, but this is more of like I see here a little this calmness you see, something really chilling, something really I don't know, a relationship. It's like the most beautiful fragrance of a flower. You smell it and you are like, you know, it really makes you like establish a very sensual dialogue with yourself also. So I see also here you are looking for someone very thoughtful, very original, I feel. Leo, there is it's like you are picking a partner for crime, but also picking a partner to build a future. But this person needs to be not, you know, Temperance. Six of Swords is like, you know, I don't want excessive thoughts. I want to do this in the middle way, like middle path. This is also a very receptive person, yes. But someone, what I can say, these are totally different energies. Someone who is not going to remind you your ex maybe, but rather very original and different than your previous people. So, of course, there can be many people that you have maybe dated or be with, but this is just the most dominant energy showing itself in this quantum wave collapse. So what you really need then, Tarot will tell us, of course, what we need. We say sometimes what we want, but we actually get things what we need. So let's see now actually what you need. You at your best, Two of Wands. Best person, partner for you, Six of Wands person is best partner for you, best relationship for you, oh, Page of Swords, yes. The best relationship for you is a youthful one, It is not definitely a very alive, again, intellectually very stimulating. It seems this relationship, through the ideas, want to build something. So it has that livelihoodness. And the communication element is a must, because I think in the first connection there is air is missing here. So here the communication will be very important. The other person, what you need is an accomplished person, a person at least who has actualized themselves a bit, a person who can really also you know, love to do things together rather than establish separate lives. Six of Wands person also wants harmony. This is like the physical version of Six of Swords. On the other hand, Two of Wands, you are at your best throughout 2020. This is your, you know, Two of Wands here is like your untold secret, your untold future plan, your uncharted territory, the desires that you are accumulating, Leo. Keep that desires to accumulate, because Two of Wands is going to give you that vision. Accumulate them so that you can make it happen. And then with this one, this is also actually represents a very creative energy which hasn't been realized yet. Your best potential here is that there is something that you haven't realized within yourself yet. And this is gonna be a fiery relationship, because other person may assist you in some way. You come with Wands. I don't know, but it's like they can provide you some means and ways, or a kind of a platform to realize that there is a collaboration here, I do feel. But you're gonna first time do this with this person. That's why the communication needs to be very enriching there with the Page of Swords, and it has to be youthful. People need to unlearn what they have known before, because this is going to completely be a new kind of relationship. And well, thinking about the times that we go through, nothing will be the same as again, for sure, in the worldwide. So this is also gonna reflect itself to our relationships and the way we relate with people. So here actually Tarot says what you need is definitely like a person partners in crime, but also a person who is you know, very open for communication, and a relationship which can bring some kind of a spring energy to you. Okay, I think this relationship will be always open to some kind of news. It's gonna be youthful, it's gonna be time to time childlike with the Page, and from that I think some adult viewpoints will be made. And yes, in the relationship something needs to float rather than pushing, and the possibilities can be really endless in some way, because Pages are also a new beginning. But this is really, when used in its best potential, it's a youthful energy which can be really tapped. Plus I think fire and air energy here, there is a kind of a chemistry here with the person, but I think you will eventually feel this very automatically. Plus there is something that this relationship can produce. It can produce new opportunities, because opportunities or growth, it does not happen every day. The relationship giving you some kind of opportunity, a growth element together. This relationship needs to keep their ear always on the ground, and it is a relationship which is making people to learn more, discover, re-examining things. Maybe like for the second, third time, but with new eyes and fresh perspectives. And it's like the old beliefs needs to be cleared up by this fire, purge, action energy. A relationship which has a very much sharp intellect. And a relationship which knows that success or things, they do not come with easy routes, but before that there are serious brainstorming. This relationship will have an acute sense of questioning, knowing, uncovering what is unknown, and making it like an encouragement for the relationship. Time to time things will be tested, okay, in this relationship, but the people will contribute in a way very delightful, and I think will be like supportive to each other. So what you want here, the ideas can clash because there can be new interest, opportunities, and not necessarily has to be harmonious here, it says. So the person thinking opposite, but it can really bring a different opportunity. Let's see to the reality check now, how you are perceived by others, Three of Swords. The type of person you are attracting, Seven of Swords, and the relationships you are attracting, Empress. Now here you have to see it as a pattern. This is like a mind coupling. You attract people with that you can do some mind coupling. But the mind coupling becomes something sensual later. The relationship makes it very sensual. Now you attract people, and you have this red thought, they have the yellow thought, but they want to use it for themselves. Red thought is like, this is something you feel very passionate for, or maybe fanatic about, the red one. But this is a bit clashing energy. After some clash, I think, then it's the Empress world with the relationship. However, it can be a bit, how to say, for the Empress to grow, it needs earth. Okay, it needs earth, it needs actions. So the relationship you attract, making a kind of a potential visible to you. You think yourself how this relationship actually could have been. But actually you don't come to that point to practice it. It always comes in the thought level, idea level, where people are like keeping things for themselves. But in the exchange, there is something very inviting. You have something different, they have something different. In the mind-wise, thought-wise, intellectual compatibility, and you time to time actually getting into a clash with your here counterparts. But that Empress here can be leading up to something sensual, but then, you know, it's over, assuming that you are single now. So it seems not thoughts is not good. It's the actions which will be more efficient for you. So the advice here is working for you, justice working for you. Have a kind of a perfectionism, it's not bad at this time, Leo, it says. With the justice, this is also you, what is excessive, not necessary. If you see that, if you can cut through that, this works for you. Ace of Wands does not work for you. You know, Ace of Wands, relationships with no love, just the physicality or very instant, you know, things, they do not work for you. Very charged up, the sudden, you know, it does not work for you for 2020, it says. And how to maximize your chance to finding love, the Sun. Yeah, so the sun happens because these twins were in the underworld. So this is the daylight, and this is also your card, Leo, as you can appreciate. So, well, of course, when I see the sun card, it's the Leo card, and I can say be you. But before that, it says that justice card here is working for you. So here, for instance, in some points of your life, high or low, okay, sometimes it becomes very hard for us to remember the underlying order of things in the universe. Here is something you need to remind yourself. Fair means fair play is important. And you can go through many situations, you can meet with many people, you can get into, situations. But this is all about your own actions. And understand that your actions may cause some effects. So with this cause and effect, with your self-doing also, there can be some karmic reasons. That's why do good actions here, it says, good deeds. It doesn't matter what you're doing, but it matters with what intention you do it, it says. So here, reflect on outcomes of your actions, see where they are leading in your love life, and definitely cut what is not necessary, and come from a fair standpoint, it says. And judge your situations definitely, and but you can also, it says, ask yourself if something can be handled differently. But I think in the justice, the answers are very obvious as well. So make amends in your love life. Amends. If you think that you have a mistake, do amends, it says. Correct courses, and then we get what we deserve. And to that, this is taking the courage to be totally naked at the presence of the sun, and this is actually you coming from a very expansive, enlightening perspective to your love life. And there is energy in the air, and these needs to be harnessed. All that thoughts, actions, your thinking, harness that, get energized, it says, and you don't need any confusion. Sun is clarity, no confusion, no confusion. Don't spend the time in things which are become very hairy situations. You need clarity. So yeah, concentrate on the glorious feelings of joy, and be confident, be proud, but this doesn't mean to be cocky for sure. Okay, we all have our moments under the sun, and at these moments we need to be, I think, humbly confident, stand tall and be enthusiastic, it says. This is quick actions, I don't know what is here, like in rush things, it does not work for you with this card. And Ace of Wands here actually can be also being too much intense with your dates. It does not work for you. Come from a more light-hearted energy, it says. And be enthusiastic. The sun enthusiasm is different than the Ace of Wands enthusiasm, but as we have here, the Justice also represents the a mother archetype. It represents the strict mother archetype. Empress is also a mother archetype. The Sun is a cosmic father archetype. With the Temperance, we have the guardian angel. So actually this one has no Temperance has no gender, but there is something here with the feminine part of you. How do you adapt your femininity, and how you leave it? How do you leave it? Yes, how do you leave it? There is something in that nature. Plus, I do feel, Leo, I feel at the late times, there was some restrictions to your thinking. Restrictions to your thinking. This really, for what is working for you, there is I see here an independent thinker that needs to express their ideas. But by the way, maybe for some of you there are parents and I don't know what kind of influence they have over you, but I don't know if they are too watchful for you or okay. And I see here you are hosting many events for people. Hosting. This can also, hosting things, being a host for things, this can also work for you. This is what I'm feeling. I want to see some Romance Angels cards. Make the effort, keep an open mind, and the trust. Yes, very clear. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. There is very encouraging energy here, but I do feel like you are keeping an open mind. I want to see these 3 cards, what you need to surrender. Surrender to receiving support and love, surrender to non-action, surrender to play. Allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. Maybe there are people who want to connect with you, but there is also a kind of like I'm a single gun. I'm a single gun attitude. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breath and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. There is something that you shouldn't also force in the relationships, it seems. And take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and renovation. This is the Sun energy here. Ace of Wands here is in the reversed action, is a non-action it can be. And actually, Justice here can be the accepting element. Because yes, it is very discerning, but Justice can be also very accepting. I want to see some other patterns now in your love life. So let's now see some issues surrounding you. 8 of Wands. Behavioral patterns, the world. Areas that needs further growth, 8 of Swords. Areas that needs to change, Lovers. And 2 cards for the last position. Something to be liberated within yourself, to allow love into your life. Now here what I see, Leo, there is a physical change happening, and maybe it is not clear yet where you will be living or where you will stay or go. So there is something here with your settlement. I do feel physical environment, and there is something still for you. Not so, you are waiting some news, maybe this is gonna affect from now on where you're gonna live. Your living situation may really help you. There is also here a communication element lately. Maybe someone has like cut off you from communication. You felt a bit discouraged. So there is something with the communication you are thinking. There is some behavioral patterns, the world. Here it can be, this is like saying, actually, I'm gonna retire from love. I think I'm not gonna find anyone. No, don't think like that. Don't make yourself retired from something. Have this curiosity. I mean, something needs to come back. A kind of a passion needs to be ignited within you, it says. Don't feel yourself like you have completed something. You haven't like graduated from this yet, it says. Actually, there is no graduation here. It is just the complete experience. What areas needs further growth? Well, you need direction here. In the thinking process, there is something. You are, I think, the love element or in general love relationships are pretty much related with your priorities, your thinking, the way that where you're gonna live. There is a living situation here for some of you. And plus, by the way, it says don't put so much work like at the beginning. Allow things to happen naturally, it says. People, things can go into normal motion later. Leave them to their motion. Yeah, this non-action card there. Plus, maybe there is also, I don't know, it also worse, maybe there is a bit commitment phobia for in some of you, okay, because there is a particular handicap from the past. It is still affecting you, I do feel, but I think a new love connection can really change the circumstances, your circumstances as well. Don't be comfortable with unhappiness. Don't be comfortable with what is average. Try to take decisions for your life and then let others come to you, but make the necessary regulations that it says. And this is what you need to change in order to find love. Your partnership, the way that you relate with the other. There is something here with the value system, with the belief system. This is about what you need to change or process in order to find love. So when you think about the relationships, I mean, what do you understand from it? Are you understanding a partnership, friendship, a place where values or crashes, a place where something is always needs to be negotiated? Are we allies? Are we, friends? Are we partners in crime? What are we? So why are you coming with the person at the first instance for the wrong reasons, for the right reasons? This is also something with also, how to say, in what values make you to connect to other person, okay? I also feel you don't have to be at crossroads every time with yourself. By taking decisions, you can come to these junction points, which is actually going to forge a direction automatically. Plus your inner growth, your own participation to your life, your co-creation of your life will actually shape your relationships. What means to be independent, what means to be partners, what needs to be responsible. This is also choices. I see here you have a mother maybe you need to take care, or some family responsibilities that you feel a bit stuck. Like it's like you wanna actually make changes, but don't know where to start. So that I hope this family situation also will be resolved for you, Leo. because the liberation here with the launch of a particular, completely new life. I mean, I see here, you change your life, the love will come to you. There is some changes, but this can be radical. Okay, this can be some radical changes. Not every people around you may approve them, but some launch. There needs to be some initiation here. I do feel that you will be guided to take in order to make changes in your life. Now I want to see who is manifesting for you. So your love interest is a 10 of Wands person, very busy person. A person who maybe work with really heavy physical work they have. A person who is hard time seeing. Now, the tunnel there is a bit, yeah. So, but they manage to see you and notice you. Their vocation. This person is has a very hard job, and they have. They are not staying in one place. Their vocation is not letting them to stay in one place. Knight of Wands. I don't know, but the person can be, for some reason, this is what I'm guessing, may work in the aviation or aircraft field. They have to like stay away from maybe their Lamante loved person for some time. They may also take care of an older person in their life, but for some of you, I see you also do that. This person will see your inner wealth, inner treasure. They're gonna see a big potential with you. They are good at recognizing potentials, by the way. This can be a Sagittarius person. I don't know about that. A Sagittarius person is really coming strong here, I do feel. Their flaws, they do not have, their flaws here can be, they do not know how to do with their resources. They can be a bit wasteful person, or they can poorly handle their economy. That can be, they are like forced to do things time to time due to this not paying attention to one particular area. Yeah, so they have this pure good potential, but they may offer time to time poor experience, okay? If this person is inherited with a particular thing, they can be about wasteful about their resources. So, so what to expect from their physical features? This person, by the way, have a very athletic and sportive body. They may have a mustache and facial hair. They will have a very athletic body. Tall and thin. They can be tall and thin. I want to see one more card here. Their first impressions of you, they will fall in love to you. When they see you, they will think this is like literally rainbows and unicorns. This is the card, Iman. Shall I say more? You are like a perfect partner to them. Your first impressions, you will see them a bit self-absorbed. Actually, they are not gonna make you visible that they like you, by the way. They will be a bit, you will see this person like not interested with you, but actually they are so much into you. Exactly. But for some reason you are, when you meet this person, there is this feeling like, when I'm gonna see them again, the person is also, yes, this is a 10, But this is not a person who is end of a cycle. This is actually a person who is really trying to make life. But there is a bad handling of something in their life. Money, finance, I don't think that it's health. Let's see their emotional connection to you. And they will be so much into you. There is lots of gifts and presents. See these cards. Lots of gifts and presents, and yeah, they will be so cuddly, this person. Your emotional connection to them, oh, you are so into them as well. Queen of Cups, nurturing, nourishing energy. In the feeling wise, you can listen this person like hours, maybe. Yeah, the Cup family is here. But the beginning is a bit, yeah, there's two different patterns here now with the cards. Look at the cards here. It's like a very rich inner and emotional world, actually, deep down. It's like your souls really talk. But in the physical, mundane level, it seems like there is a conflict in the air. Actually, there is no, but no. These last three cards. The strengths of your relationship, the Fool, the weakness, the death, long-term potential, Nine of Swords. Oh. Well, this is reminding me that something really freshly start can end. I mean, I don't see a long-term potential, but I see a very beautiful attraction. The long-term potential can happen if people can surpass that emotional and their psychic connection, but when they actually come down to earth. Someone really worries about the potential connection. The strength is the Fool. This is the burst. The weakness is the death. The weakness here is actually the relationship has to go through a serious transformation of our times, maybe, right? It's like always having to go through it thick and thin. But the potential is its freshness. Its freshness cannot what is really detriment to this connection cannot kill its very organic nature. Okay, this is like a birth and a death. It's like it has to continue. It's like this relationship is like coming into cycles in different forms. Maybe a karmic one, Leos. Yeah, maybe there is a karmic one here. So it's like it emerges again. So this may be actually a relationship where you're gonna finish a kind of an unfinished business. That's why it worries, maybe, because something comes back here. It's like all these difficulties, it's like the death cannot touch the innocent kind of thing. I mean, there is something very pure, and it cannot be like cannot be transformed. But it's like, but it is gonna get an influence from that. So this is actually about how two people seeing their relationship. If you take all the process as a refreshment, as a to be honored, to know a person like them, or they also get this honor to know a person like you, if you do not attach particular results, it can be a very transformative relationship. Really, something will like fully awake you to your senses, to your divine nature. This is a bit love story kind of. I mean, literally a love story. Wow, too much to anticipate, and also it has also the unpredictable side too, and it's good to be sometimes to be open to surprises. And the reading has, of course, survival value. It foresees something. possible potential things, but there is also something unpredictable here, I do feel, with the Fool and the Ace of Pentacles, which is gonna determine the long-term potential. But I felt this so much. Leo, thank you so much for watching. What can I say? I will speak to you soon. If you consider this reading as a private reading option, please check the description box below. Again, this is what I perform for single people. It is with more cards for sure, and yeah, the other layers, but it really aims to give you something concrete and you can use long time. Leo, thank you so much for tuning in. Speak to you soon. Take good care, my friends. Ciao for now.